Hi, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of the Cardano Podcast. My name is Ryan Morrison. I'm your host. And today we're going to be talking about NFTs and art. What's an NFT? And how do you tokenize art on the blockchain, particularly on the Cardano blockchain? Is what we're going to talk about today. I'm sitting today with the team of Somint, and the guys are gonna walk us through their project. It's a project that you can find also here in Project Catalyst. But without further ado, let's begin the interview. All right, everyone. So we're here with the team of Somint. We're going to talk about NFTs and art. But let's start with the team. So, guys, if you can start with the introduction of yourselves, and then we go and then discuss the Somint project.
Okay. So, hi, everybody. My name is Aziz Saeed. I am one of the co-founders of Somint. I am a freelance marketing professional, and I'm also a creative. I DJ and I model. And yeah, that's who I am. I'll pass it on to my partner, Farouk.
Cool. My name is Farouk Alau. I am the other co-founder of Somint Art Marketplace, and I also freelance. I freelance as a graphic designer and motion designer and brand consultant, and I also work as a model as well. And I guess I'm glad that we're working on this together anyway. So
Yeah.
Cool. So let's discuss now the project itself. Maybe if you can tell the audience of the Cardano podcast what was the problem that you saw, and what are you trying to how are you trying to solve it with the Somint?
So with Somint, we saw the issue of, so right now the NFT crypto art market, it's booming. There's no denying that it's booming, but it is very niche. Only a select few of people are really exposed to this. Now, with that said, blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies as a whole is a niche market. But if we do want to see the widespread adoption of this technology, we do want to see the widespread adoption of crypto art, we saw that this ecosystem is something that needs to be opened up to the masses, and that is something that we want to do with Somint. We want art enthusiasts across the world to be able to access this market, and we believe through bringing creatives to blockchain, bringing creatives to Somint, that is how we will see the cryptocurrency and blockchain ecosystem grow even more. Because one thing that I think is very evident through the pandemic is that the artists are somebody who have been almost forgotten about in ways. And, you know, with the pandemic, with the fact that we're on lockdown at the moment, a lot of us, that's what we're craving creativity again. We want to go out to museums, we want to go see concerts. And with Somint, we think this is a way to really appreciate the artist again and give them the platform that they deserve. So that's where Somint kind of came from.
And I sure I
Farouk, would you like to add anything to that?
And I assume like that one of the things as well that we're trying to do is just to enable art and creativity to be a viable option for people, you know, because a lot of the times going through life we're told that like you can't go down that artistic route, you can't go down this, you have to kind of you have to like fit into like a certain mold to fit into society, and we want art to be a real possibility for people, an accessible possibility for people as well. And the way that we're looking at approaching that as well is by introducing people and making sure that as many people know the benefits of this space, and specifically the Cardano ecosystem as well, because of there's just so many things that the community has been working on over the last few years. I'm relatively new in this space as well myself, and just seeing the community that's been developing over the last few years, and the work that's starting to that people are starting to see the fruits of their labor, like in a lot of ways, and we want to make sure that we help share that message and share that community with the world and with as many people as possible, and we're gonna do that through arts and creativity.
Interesting. For everybody that is listening to the podcast, also, if you want to know more about Somint project, it's part of Project Catalyst, so you can go to cardano.ideascale.com somint.com, and then just search for Somint there. I'm also going to leave in the description of the video and on YouTube the link, the direct link to the project. There's a concept also that I know a lot of people don't really understand, which is the concept of the NFT, or non-fungible tokens. Maybe we can discuss and explain a bit to people that don't understand the differences, and why is that interesting in the case of why is art such an interesting use case for NFTs?
Yeah. So with NFTs, NFT stands for non-fungible token, and with that, what a non-fungible token does, it verifies the authenticity of a token, and that token can be a house, a car, but in this situation, a piece of art. And something that especially has occurred now with the pandemic and the fact that things are very digitized now, since we've had to figure out how we can connect and communicate with each other when we can't physically be with each other, is that the digital artist doesn't really have as much means to, I guess, maybe sell their art to people or showcase their art to people. And to verify, a one-of-one piece by a digital artist is it's a difficult task. If I created a piece of art on my laptop and put it up on the internet, anybody could save a picture of it or whatever it may be. And, it's hard to say, okay, who owns the original piece? But with blockchain technology, with NFTs, there is something on the blockchain that verifies that this is the original owner of this piece of art. And some people say, oh, but you can just copy the image. But okay, look at Van Gogh paintings. There's plenty of people that have prints of Van Goghs in their house, but there is value in you owning the certificate and owning the original piece. So yeah, that's kind of the premise with NFTs. It helps prove the authenticity of something by verifying it on a blockchain, which is a peer-to-peer network that cannot be changed, it cannot be taken down. It forges the authenticity of something into the blockchain.
Cool. Yeah, that's a great use case and an explanation for what NFTs are. I know that also, of course, I know everybody in the community knows that NFTs also was introduced. Was not introduced, but it was one of the standards that Ethereum had in the ERC 721. Why did you guys think of creating this platform in Cardano and not in Ethereum?
Yeah, I just want to touch on something as well, actually, before we move to that question as well, just on NFTs and the benefits specifically of NFTs for the art marketplace is one of the key benefits. Like I work as well as an artist. The benefits that I found when listening to and like learning about the NFT and crypto spaces and the blockchain technology specifically is this idea of smart contracts, for artists specifically, being able to benefit from your work beyond that first sale. Like that's huge. Like that's a massive thing that a lot of people just don't realize yet about the crypto space. And so I'm just gonna put this on silent. It's a massive, like, I think it's a massive thing that people are just don't realize, like the benefits that's going to bring to artists down the line. I mean, the fact that you can sell your work first time, you make your money, and then you can embed into your work that every time that piece of work sells on again and again, you can have 10%, you can have 20%, you can have whatever you decide the percentage that you want to take moving forward. So you benefit from secondary sales, and that's something that hasn't really being common or being a thing at all really in the traditional art marketplace, and we want to make sure that as many people hear about that possibility as well, and that's huge for us, I think.
And how does that work
definitely
at the moment in a non tokenized world?
So, for example, I mean, there's loads of examples out there, really heartbreaking examples of artists, like massive artists as well, massive names, who put work out there, and they sold, like when they started out, maybe they sold their work for 100,000 or for 10,000, for example, and then they continued their work as an artist. They developed themselves as an artist, and then they create a name for themselves, and then their work starts selling at auction houses. We won't name any auction houses, but we'll say like their work starts selling at auction houses, and they're selling for millions or hundreds of millions in some cases, and the artist sees none of that. Like that to me, that's despicable and disgusting, and it's not. It's not the way to treat human beings. It's not the way to treat each other. Like we should want to look after each other, and we want to make sure that people are protected in that way as well, through the use of blockchain technology and through the use of third-gen blockchain technology specifically, and through the Cardano ecosystem as well, which is looking like it's going to make that possibility a lot easier for people.
So then, on what Farouk is saying now. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So on for what Farouk is saying, he mentioned the Cardano ecosystem, and you asked why did we choose Cardano as opposed to Ethereum to do this, and the main reason was because of the gas fees that exist on Ethereum right now. Unfortunately, one big barrier to entry for even crypto artists and digital artists that want to get into the NFT marketplace right now is that the gas fees are so high right now. For them to even mint their token onto a platform, it costs them so much even before their item is sold. And Cardano has been developed in a way that the transaction fees are not as expensive on Cardano. You know, tokens on the Cardano blockchain are going to be treated as native tokens. They're going to be treated the exact same as the ADA token, whereas on Ethereum, the ERC 721 tokens, they get treated in a different way. Like I'm not the most technical person, so forgive me if I butcher the explanation, but they get treated in a like a secondary class citizen on their blockchain, and with that comes different fees and stuff that comes with minting a token. And
it opens it up to exploitation.
Yeah. So yeah, because if your smart contract is not coded maybe correctly, it could be hacked. All sorts could happen. But the fact that I guess Cardano is allowing your token to be treated just like the ADA token, and Cardano have really put in a lot of work. You know, it's a peer-reviewed blockchain to ensure that the code is right, ensure that the right foundation is laid down. That is why we thought like creating this on Cardano it was just like a no-brainer for us, realistically.
Yeah. And just to add to that as well, like Cardano has been an ecosystem that's been developing itself like for years. Like it's not just one that's been done up overnight, or like or it's kind of they've taken the slow and steady approach to making sure making sure as many things as possible work, and making sure and that works for as many people as possible. And I think there's something beautiful in that as well that we'd like to be a part of as well.
Interesting. Now that you were mentioning the part of the multi-tokens or native tokens in Cardano, we're also for all the listeners and the people that are watching this as well. If you want to create your own tokens or learn on how to do that, you can go directly to the forum of Cardano Ask. It's about to launch also by the end of this month, native tokens on the Cardano blockchain. So it's a great timing to start learning and implementing your learnings on the platform. You had, Farouk, something that you wanted to show us also. Maybe you can do it now.
So this is, I guess, this is our second premiere, I guess, of our logo, and then what's going to be our website as well. So it's still a work in progress, so don't judge it too hard. But we'll run through it anyway, and we've touched on some of the points that are in there already, but I think it'll be good for us to kind of run through it again and maybe kind of reiterate what we're trying to do here and why we're here. So I guess I'll start with, that's our logo, Somint, and it's been there's a deep story behind it, and I think we'll tell that story when the time is right. But it's a story that's true to us, and it's a story that comes from the arts, and it comes from the Black arts specifically, which is something that's very important to us as well. So, and then our tagline is, and our story really is like, we're here to create Art 3.0. And for us, Art 3.0 is a move away from what's been happening in the creative scene since the Renaissance, really, and what's that infrastructure that exists that seems to hold artists down in a lot of ways, or it doesn't always let as many artists as possible flourish. We don't want to see that same ideology transferred into this new ecosystem or into this new world that we're going into. So we're calling that Art 3.0. And for us, passion is the most important thing, because without passion, you can only get so far. And when you're passionate about anything in life, you can take it as far as you want it to go. So for us, passion always comes first. And that's the position that we stand by, and moving forward. And we're here for the people who are passionate about what they do and what they want to do.
Yeah,
So what
definitely.
is
Even
Somint?
to add
Go on.
on, go. I know, just to add on what Farouk was saying about passion, like we come from backgrounds where unfortunately maybe not always and I'm sure so many people across the world have experienced this, but sometimes not always the opportunities that maybe you deserve are presented to you, or you don't get the opportunity to gain all the expertise or the credentials for somebody to look at you in a certain light and give you an opportunity. And with Somint, we want to give creatives, we want to give artists opportunities to govern and take control of their art in a way that the middleman isn't going to come in and take a huge chunk of their revenue, or buy your piece of art, as we spoke about earlier on, and then sell it on later on, and they get so much revenue from it and the artist doesn't even get anything, and then the artist is still looked at as, oh look, the broke artist. So anyways, yeah, we can go on now. So what is Somint, Farouk? You wanted to touch on that?
Yeah, no, I think we've kind of touched on it already. Like Somint is going to be an art marketplace that uses crypto tech to basically help people take control of their talents, give the power back to the people, so
Yeah.
let the individuals like just do their thing and try. Like, we want to just create a platform that allows people to try and take risks and like just try it and do it for yourself and see, can you achieve this thing? And we want to make an ecosystem that's open and communal and accessible to as many people as possible. So yeah, I guess that's that.
Yeah, let's bring the creatives to blockchain. Blockchain
Exactly.
technology is seen by some people as something that is so techy, but even I can give a little bit of backstory as to how I got into blockchain. I don't code, I don't do any of that. I model mainly for a living. I do some freelance marketing work, and back in September 2020, I stepped into the blockchain ecosystem, just trying to find places where I can apply my skills, my knowledge, and my life experiences. And as we spoke about, there was just passion there with it for me within this ecosystem. And I've got to this stage now where I'm working with Farouk to create an NFT art marketplace in the blockchain ecosystem. This time last year, I didn't even know that I'd be in the blockchain ecosystem. And that again just reiterates the idea of, like, if you put passion first, you can achieve so many things. So yeah.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, and also that goes back to what Farouk was mentioning before on the use case itself. That is so just like it's just very interesting for a creator to be able to embed in a royalty in the system, so in your work, so you can track it.
Yeah.
And you can benefit of future increases in price, or when it is being when there is any transaction. That is a very valuable apart from the marketplace. But please carry on.
Like, it's a beautiful thing as well, because what happens there as well is, like, you create, we're going to create a situation whereby, like, it's going to be as easy to mint a token or to mint your piece of art as it is to post a tweet. Like, that's the situation we're going to create for people. So the only thing then as an artist that you need to focus on, and we're going to help artists with this as well by creating just content to assist artists with developing themselves and self-development, and making sure that, like, we're not here to be the be all and end all. Like, we want to encourage artists to take a communal approach with their work, to try and develop themselves as creatives, and to create their own army and tribe behind them as well, like, in their own people. And we're going to help artists develop that sense of self as well as creating just this ecosystem that allows them to put their work out there. You don't have to worry about it. You're hopefully, if you're putting in the work yourself in the back end and you're working as an artist, you're creating beautiful work, and you're creating work that's meaningful to people, and you're connecting with your community. Your community will benefit from you as an artist, and you will benefit from your community as an artist as well. So that's very important to us as well. And then I guess this kind of touches on what we were saying about, like, the first thing we want to do really is, like, we want to educate people, because this is intimidating for a lot of people, and it is like this guy over here, like, it can come just like crazy maths to a lot of people, and we just want to make sure people realize that it doesn't have to be intimidating. Like, it doesn't, like, we're going to make sure to introduce people in a way that makes sense, and that's simple and honest as well. And that's also, like, just understanding that, like, this isn't meant to be an easy thing, like, but we're going to help you through it. We're going to help you along that journey and help you understand it to the level that you need to understand before you can start selling your work, if you want to sell your work. And then it's up to you then, if you want to continue that education to the next level. And then we just want to be the introductory, basically. We want to introduce people to this space and then let people level up as they want, and there's so much information out there, and we just want to make sure to be the guides to the information that people want to find as well, and we're working with some great people as well, which we touch on further down, who are hopefully going to help us with developing that content and developing that framework to educate people and picking out what's important to educate people on as well.
Yeah. So we spoke about the current traditional art market and how it's set up that it doesn't necessarily always benefit the artist, and if anything, it benefits only a select few, and there are so many other artists that are left out. So with Somint, again, we want to create Art 3.0. We want to open this up to the whole world, because everyone across the world, in a certain capacity, I think, appreciates art in some shape or form, whether or not they know it or not. And we just want to really shine a light on that everybody deserves access to art. And especially during a pandemic, we're seeing now that not having access to art, maybe if whether or not you realize that you had so much access to it before, is an issue. And we need to ensure that Art 3.0 exists, this fresh approach to art exists, and we want to drive that forward and show people that appreciating art is important, appreciating the artist is important, and ensuring that the artist gets compensated for their hard work and their efforts is rewarded, is compensated. Yeah, sorry, I feel like I fumbled my words there, but yeah.
No, bro, you were just hitting that with passion. Like, I felt that, like, honestly, because again, it's like what we were saying earlier. Like, I mean, it's just we're sick of the whole private party mentality. Like, we're not here to be like the bouncer at the club that doesn't let you in for whatever reason. Like, they just make up I don't want to swear, but like they make up a BS reason, like, not to let you in, and we're sick of that mentality in the world, because everyone should have access to all the good in the world, So we want to bring access to as many people as possible, because everyone deserves their chance to take advantage of this if they want to, or to benefit from this opportunity the blockchain brings, and that the crypto space brings, and Cardano brings especially. So we're here to open the door, we're here to open the door to those people and let people into this party, because this is a party, like, and it's actually fun. Once you start understanding it and you start like seeing the community that's in it, like, it's super enjoyable, and we want to introduce people to that party and let people in.
Unfortunately, at the moment, even there are several NFT art marketplaces that they're doing amazing and they have incredible artists on them, but for some artists to access those, they have to go through these application processes that they don't even hear any word back. It's either you get accepted or you don't hear any word back, and that, I think that goes against the idea of decentralization. It's like, why is there someone behind some closed door in this situation, behind a screen, that judges up my art as to whether or not I can sell my art on their marketplace? I think in ways, I think that's wrong. Like, it doesn't feel right to me that, an artist doesn't gain access to these ecosystems. Let the market decide whether or not they want to purchase their piece of art. It's not up to you to decide whether or not I can sell my art. So I could have 5 fans that really love my art, and because of XYZ platform, I may not be able to sell my art to those people. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Because art is meant to be subjective, it's meant to be, like you said, you might have your 5 fans who love your work, and they can't support you because of someone else decides that your work isn't good enough to be on the platform, and we just don't want that. That's not a vibe like that we're here for at all.
It kind of shows also then that the even though the artist is the most important at the beginning of the process, in this current scenario, it kind of dilutes his importance along the way when it's on a platform that decides if they're good or not good to be in that platform, or sellers or resellers in the future that don't pay the royalties back to them. So for this, it would be great that a solution like that.
Yeah, and another key focal point for us as well with the current with the current marketplace is, like, there is an abundance of artists out there. There's loads of people who are willing and wanting to be artists, and we want to make sure as well that we open this space to collectors. and we want to redefine what a collector can be or what a collector is. And we want to make sure that everyone feels that they can be a collector. Like if you're just buying your friend's art, in my eyes, like you're a collector, you're an art collector, you're collecting that your friend's art, you're supporting that person's art. Because if art shouldn't be something that's just held for the elite or for like just an upper echelon, it's meant to be liberating, and it's meant to be open and accessible to people. Artists, well, not all artists, but like for me personally, the vast majority of artists that I know want as many people as possible to see their work, and they want to share their work with as many people as possible, and they want as many people as possible to be able to benefit or buy their art as well and contribute to their art financially. And we want to make sure that like people who might not necessarily want to create art, or like they might not feel comfortable making art, feel comfortable in our space as well, and feel comfortable that they can come here, they can explore, look, learn about art, meet new artists, and just get to just mingle and commune with different artists and different styles, and learn about themselves and learn about the art style that they like to look at, and then hopefully buy as well. And like everyone should be allowed to buy art, you know, and we want to make sure that we let people know that like this isn't just a space for artists, this is a space for collectors as well, and people who are art enthusiasts who just like looking at the stuff, you know, or who might just like understanding this stuff, or just want to just I mean, because everyone, not okay, I don't want to generalize, not everyone loves, but like art is all around us whether we like it or not. Creativity is all around us. The microphone that you're using right there was designed by someone. The computer that I'm using right here was designed by someone and created by someone. That's creativity, you know, and we're surrounded by creativity, but we're not always told that we're allowed to love creativity, you know. And we want to make sure that people feel that they can love creativity and support creativity without being this traditional sense of what a collector is, you know, or what a yeah, you don't have to fit into that mold to be welcome in this space.
Cool. We have 5 more minutes before we have to ramp up the podcast, but maybe we can go towards the conclusion. If you want to ask something to the Cardano community as well, just please feel free to do so.
Yeah, I guess one of the last points that we have even here on the presentation is just about collaboration and who we're working with on the back end, I guess, of things. So we're working with the NFT DAO to develop the back end and the development side of things for us. And we've got a great team over there. And then we're also, I'll let as you speak on the Gimbal Labs collaboration that we're doing as well.
Yeah, so I was fortunate enough, since I came into the Cardano ecosystem, I actually helped host a podcast called AfroFinLab, and through AfroFinLab, I came across James from Gimbal Labs, and James is his background is in education, and we thought about the fact that, okay, if we want to teach people about this, how are we going to do that, and what better way to do that than to bring a teacher on board into our team and help us come up with, I guess, I don't want to call it a curriculum, but an educational curriculum to help, you know, people understand what this is. So we've partnered with Gimbal Labs to help us develop educational content that will be easy to digest to, hopefully easy to digest to even like a 3-year-old. That's the goal, really. So yeah, that was a great collaboration that we were able to I guess come about, and I'm so happy to be working with Gimbal Labs. And also, as Farouk mentioned, you know, I'm not the tech guy, you know, and Farouk, you're not the tech guy either, but we've been able to find community within the NFT DAO, and there's some amazing developers there who are so smart and intelligent when it comes to this ecosystem, and they're going to help us build what I like to call the engine of Somint. You know, it's like I have a car and it doesn't have an engine in it, and we're going to be able to go to the NFT DAO and pick the parts for our engine and install that engine into Somint and drive all the way to the moon. So yeah, let's make it happen.
Great. I think that also says a lot about the Cardano community. That is, as you mentioned, you don't, and many people have this misconception that you need to be a developer in order to be part of the community, and that's totally not the case. And many of the projects that you see on Catalyst are being driven by non-developers, and then there you can also, on the Cardano community, there are places on the forum where you can also find other members of your future team that could be also your technical partners also in the community. So in short, yeah, you don't have to be a developer to be part of the Cardano community and make your ideas and happen. In
Yeah.
Exactly.
Project Catalyst is somewhere you can plant the seeds of your ideas, and the community will help you water them and help it grow. And it's incredible to be part of such a community, because there's not many places in the world that you can do that. And it's crazy that we're able to do that with Cardano. Like, Cardano is a huge blockchain, and it's crazy to be in this space right now during such a pivotal time. Like, this is, I think history is being written right now, but like some people don't even realize that.
Yeah. And we're loving every single second of it too. Like, I think the community here has just been like, I don't know, it's been unreal. Like, for me, it's been kind of surreal as well. It's like like in many ways, I've kind of said it before, like it's like something that I've been missing in my life in a lot of ways, just seeing this beautiful community that's just so open and willing to help creatives and willing to help anyone really. Like, he's willing to add value to the community, and I love every bit of it. Like, it's amazing.
Great. And the greatest thing is that this is just the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're at the very beginning. So
the party's only getting started. Like, yeah.
Exactly. But well, with that, I'd like to thank you guys for your time to tell everybody more about your project. If again, if you want to know more about Somint, you can. I don't know if their website is already live, Farouk. Can they go there?
It's not live yet.
Yeah.
It's not live yet, but it will be live hopefully soon. And but if you follow us on social media, it's just Somint Art on Twitter and on Instagram, and we'll be keeping people posted on that when this goes live. So follow us there, and also check out our idea scale as well.
Perfect. Yeah, go to Ideascale as well, to cardano.ideascale.com, and then search for Somint, so you can know every single detail, and it's very much in detail in Ideascale. So,
and a huge thank you as well for having us and for letting us speak about our project as well. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak on our project as well.
No, my pleasure.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Really appreciate it. And this is what Cardano is about. So you're somebody who's given us a platform to speak about this. That's an incredible opportunity.
Yeah.
No, thank you guys. I think it's always very interesting to discuss new projects, new developments also in the Cardano community. So thank you very much, and thanks to all our listeners of the podcast. If you're watching also on YouTube, and then let's leave it until here, and I'll see you in the next podcast. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.